All right. So it's always important. It makes it easier for you if you already have the drawing open on your screen. When you go to create a new drawing or put this on a title block, it's automatically going to see that file that's open there. If you don't do that, then you're going to be prompted to find the file. So I like to always have my file open when I'm there. So we're going to be starting a new drawing. You're going to be scrolling down to the section where we have our drawings, and you're going to be looking for the one that has the ANSI millimeter IDW file. Okay, these are other drawing standards, but we all know that we use ANSI in our class, so we're going to be using the ANSI millimeter standards. All right, so when I look at this part, we know that we're going to have to create a section. Okay, and oops, I've already determined that I'm going to be using my top view. Sorry, I'm messing this all up. There we go. So I've already decided that I'm going to be using the top view for this object. So from the very beginning, I'm going to bring in the top view for this because I'm going to cut a section. If this is my top view, my section is going to be what view? The front view, okay? And then I'm going to have to project a right side view off of the front view. So this is going to be a little bit different in the order in which we're doing this that you've done in the past. So starting with my base, I'm going to look at this 7-8 top view. That's not the orientation I wanted. So don't forget you have this little cube right here that can change the view orientation. If you come in here and click on it, you can change around whatever you want your top view to look like. So if I wanted it, my top view to look like that, if I click on that, that's a custom view, and we can use that. This is going to be the view that I want. Okay, so I hit Finish Custom View, and I'm going to bring this in. My box is in the way. I want that to be located right there. So there's really no need to do the front view and the right side view because we know that we're going to create a section. I failed to change the part from shaded, so I'm going to take the shaded off. All right. So that gives us our our top view. So now let's create a section. We're going to go to Section. All right, so here we go. We're going to decide where we're going to put our section line. I'm coming through here, and I'm going to go up this edge right here and then through the middle, because if I come out up here and over, it's going to leave a little blank spot in my part. Okay, trust me, I've already done that. And then we're going to go down and go through this center of this circle because we're doing an offset section. So it requires you to make a few more bend lines in your section line than you did like a full section. So click on Section, click the view that you're going to be working in. You saw the red box pop up. Now I'm just going to orient this. So I'm going to project from the center of this circle over. Okay, so we like to start our cutting plane line about 1/2 inch away from the part. So we're going to come over. We're going to go all the way to this edge. We're going to come up to about the middle of this. So I'm using my projection, project through the middle, come down, project through the middle of this circle, and out the side. Right click, hit continue, and then this will create our section. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, my section should be A. I'm 1:1 scale. I am going to turn off the shade. I always have a hard time seeing if that's shaded or not. So click on that, and there is my section A-A. From here, I'm going to project my right side view off of my front view. All right, what do we got there? Does that look like the true right side projection? No. Okay. That should look odd to you. Alright, so what we're going to do is right click on this and go to Edit View. And this little button right here, we're not gonna use, it's saying the style from the base, so this was our base view, and that's a section. We don't want to use that, so I'm gonna unclick that and make sure that I have like my hidden lines turned on. Hit OK, and now that gives me my full right side view. Okay, so we want the right side view to appear as a normal view, but we had to project that off of our right side, off of the front view, which was in section. So anyway, so that gives us all of the lines. You should be looking at it and making sure that, you know, the holes appear as a whole wherever it's located. These two holes line up, so that's what's going on there. And then up here. What is this line right here?
That's the little curvy thing.
Okay. That's a fillet. That's the bottom edge of a fillet. Do we ever show the bottom edge of a fillet? No, we haven't been doing that. Inventor puts it in there, and it's your choice whether you have it on there or not. Some people like or have a requirement to have that fillet line, or maybe just to see if it runs into something else. We do not need to see that, so we're going to right click on that and change the visibility and turn that off. Okay, so you can turn lines on and off. So that gives us our main three views. What would be the first thing that you would start working on after this point? I would do center lines first, dimensioning second. So, just to review, center lines. Click over on Annotate. Come over here to your center line button. Okay? Your center mark will give you center lines when they are like on a circle. Okay? So you can quickly pick on those center lines and you've got your center lines drawn for you. When you're looking at surfaces like this where you have the two lines, either there or in the hidden form, you're going to use this command right here. That's the center line bisector. So pick the two lines, and your center line magically appears in between there. Isn't that great? A big improvement from AutoCAD, right? Alright, so that one, when I picked on that, you'll see that the center line did not include the counterbore, so I'm just going to manually drag that little green dot out a little bit and get that lined up. Up here, that center line is underneath the cutting plane line. I don't like those on there. If I see it and it's like inside of if it's inside, I can just click on the little green dot and bring it. I try to bring it as close to the center as it will let me go, just to shorten it up. I think that's probably as close as it's going to let me. So it's going to be two different line weights. I could do that. I could drag those out for the outer circle because I did fail to pick the outer circle. I don't think I can separate those two. The visibility, if I did visibility, it turns it off altogether. So I think that's as small as I can get. Alright, I don't want to take up too much of that time. So this one I'm not even going to bother to put on there because it is in line with the cutting plane line. So that gives us the start of how to set up the drawing. From here we're going to go back into our dimensioning, use the dimensioning skills that we have. Because we cut a section, this section would be the best place to locate some of these features in this part if we couldn't see them from a different view. So you can look at this. I would expect you to probably give me the diameter and the radius on the top view. For this drawing, I would say most of your stuff could be located there. This is really just to show those cutouts in there. I think everything can be dimensioned either in the right side view or the top view. If it gets confusing, if your dimensions start to run into each other, you may come down and use your sectional view for dimensioning. Just a real quick recap on why you should have used the whole command when you were, oh, that's what it is. Let's see. So we can't show that counter bore over here in the right side view because it's hidden there. So I see that you're going to have to use your, you're going to have to dimension this over here. Ooh. Ooh. Do you see what that is? 9.00. We'll have to come back to this. Alright, so we want to get rid of this 9.00. Right click on the dimension itself. Edit, edit dimension style. And what we're going to do is change the decimal place. It's measuring to 2 decimal places. So we're going to just put it at 0. And then that way we get rid of the trailing zeros. So hit done. And hit OK. And then that changes it to 9 millimeters. The other thing, we'll just leave it at that. Okay? So you will need to mention both of those. There we go. So we've got 6 on that one. Now I need to do, I did make a mistake where I placed that one. Should go out past the object. There we go. Then you would have to locate that. In the future, when you're using, if you have the view set up correctly, when you pick the dimension and you point to a circle that has been drawn with the counter bore, typically what will happen is it will give you the note, but for this one, it's not going to work out because it's in the hidden view. So I'm going to release that. So we're going to go back and just dimension this with all of your dimensions, and that will be the completion of that drawing. We are going to need to fill out the title block. I'll come back over and we'll go over that in a little bit.